Hello, welcome to Board with Paint. Today we'll be continuing with painting the heroes from Batman the Animated Series Adventures Shadow of the Bat with Commissioner Jim Gordon. Jumping right in, I primed the miniature already in white like I did with the other heroes, and we'll be starting off with some skin. I initially used Ungor Flesh from Citadel, but I ended up redoing it, mixing in a little bit of Resurrection Flesh from Scalecolor later on, because I thought this was a little too orange. Now I'm going over the skin again after mixing in a little bit of Resurrection Flesh. As with the other miniatures in this series, we're going for smooth, solid coverage on all of our colors, so don't be afraid to apply multiple coats if necessary. Next we'll paint the shirt with Moonray Flesh. Now we'll paint the pants with Vallejo Model Color Flat Flesh. Here I'm using Bosh Chestnut for the coat. The coverage on this brown wasn't as good as I hoped it would be, so I ended up having to apply several layers to get a smooth finish. Next we'll move on to the shoes. I'm using Vallejo Model Color Black Gray for these. I'm also using this to paint the gun. I'm trying to mimic the look of the animated series here, so we won't be using any metallic paint or doing any significant amount of highlighting. For Gordon's belt and tie, we'll be using plain old black. and now I'm carefully going through and painting the frame of his glasses. There doesn't appear to be any eyes sculpted on this miniature, so I'm just filling in the lenses with white. The belt buckle I'm painting with Vallejo Game Color Cold Gray. Gordon's hair in the series and the artwork seems to be purely white, but I went with a very whitish gray. I used Celestra Grey from Citadel. I preferred the look of this rather than the pure white. And let's not forget the mustache. Now to sell the cartoon look, we're going to do some dark lining by mixing some black paint with flow enhancer. And you load your brush up with this, wick off any excess moisture on a paper towel before you touch the miniature. That'll allow you to keep control of the paint and make nice thin lines where you need to. I'm just going through and applying this along any separation of fabric or part of the miniature, like around the belt, between the different articles of clothing, like the coat and the undershirt, the hairline, and where the skin meets the clothing. It looks like I lost the footage where I did these details, so I just wanted to point them out to you. I basically used the dark lines to emphasize any recesses in the clothing, the texture in the hair, and the little details like his fingers and the texture on the gun. Now we'll paint the base the color of Gordon's faction, which is the Gotham City Police Department. I've decided to use Stegadon scale green for this, which is actually more of a blue color than a green. I ended up putting, I believe, 2 coats on to get good coverage. After that's done, I went back in with the black and lined the bottom of the feet just to provide some separation between the shoes and the base. And as a final step, I'm painting the edge of the base with pure black. This will give the miniature a nice finished look. And there we have Commissioner Gordon. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I'll sometimes post works in progress on there. If you happen to try painting this style yourself, leave me a comment down below, let me know how it went. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, as always, happy painting.